Okay, so I'll repeat once again. So now let us see what will happen when we execute this code. Correct? No. So again I'll ask. So which line will be executed first? So which line of code will be executed first? So 1 is equal to test. So when you write this code, what will happen? So when you write this code, what will happen? So inside the RAM memory, a variable called one will be created. So after that, so we will move to right hand side. An object of class test will be created in some memory location 0x300. So after this, that particular address will be stored inside this variable, and it will be pointing to this. Correct? No. So now this is done. So after this, what will happen? It will call the init method. So now this particular init method will be called. So now in this init method, so what will be the value of x? This y 20. So this x will be 10, this y will be 20. So now I'll ask you one question. So is this x and this x is same? Is it same? Is it same or different? Is it same or different? Okay, so remember these are different. Okay, so we'll understand what is this type of variable called as in the next class maybe. Okay, so remember when you have self with some variable, that is having some particular name. Okay, so what is that name? We'll come to know in the next class. So remember this x and this x is not same, both are different. Okay, now I'm writing self.x is equal to x. So what it will do? I'm writing self.x is equal to x. What it will do? So it will create a object, correct? It will create a value inside the object. So the value is given x, which is having 10. Similarly, self.y is equal to y. So again, one more value will be created. So y 20. Now is this clear? Okay. So now this init method is executed. That means this line of code is successfully executed. Now after that, I'm writing print 1.x. So what will be the value printed? 10. So how it will search? So first of all, it will check what is the data stored in 1. So in 1, why is the data stored? So 0x300. Then it will move to that particular address, and in this address it will try to search for x. Is x present? Yes. So then if x is present, what is the value of x? 10. So that 10 will be printed. Similarly, 1.y. So print 1.y. So 20 will be printed. So same. So 1 is having address 0x300. It will go to that particular address, and in that it will try to search y. Is y existing? Yes. So if y is existing, what is the value of y? 20. So that 20 will be present. So now after that we are writing 1.fun. So what you are trying to do here? So here what you are trying to do? So we are calling the method fun. So we are calling the method fun. So when we are calling the method fun, what will be stored inside the self now? What will be stored inside the self? Address of what? Address of, so 1. So what is the address of 1? That is nothing but 0x300. So 0x300 will be stored inside this self. Now after that I'm writing self dot x is equal to self dot x plus self dot y. Now can you tell me what will be the updated value of x? So what is the value of self dot x? So self dot x is 20. So 20 plus 10 is nothing but 30. So this 30 will be stored to self dot x. So 30 will be stored to self dot x. So now the value will be updated to 30. Similarly, you can see here self dot y is equal to self dot x minus self dot y. Now what will be the updated value of y? 10. So that is nothing but 30 minus 10. So 20. So now this 20 will be stored. No, sorry, 30 minus 20, that is 10. 10 is stored here. Okay. So after this, again I am writing self dot x is equal to self dot x minus self dot y. Now what will be the updated value of x? So 30 minus 10, 20. So 20 will be updated inside self dot x. So after this, the method is completed. Correct? No. So once this line is code is executed, the method is completely executed. Then it will execute the next line. So if I print 1.x, so if I print 1.x, what will be the output? Very good. So 20. So how it will search? Again, same process. So it will go to 1. So now inside 1, we are having address of some object. So it will go to that particular object and it will try to search x. So we can see x is present. And what is the value of x? 10. Sorry, 20. So that 20 will be printed. Similarly, 1.y. So 10 will be printed. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Everyone? Huh? Print x without using object. We'll get error. I'll write that code, don't worry. Okay. So in RAM under which segment our class object and variable one is stored? I mean in stack memory, heap memory, because RAM has different segments of memory. So remember, actually all these things, okay, is not important for us. Okay. So same thing I would like to say, all these things are not important for us. Okay, so in which segment it's going to store, because it is not possible to see first of all. Okay, so let it be in stack or let it be in heap or let it be data segment or stack. Okay, so it's not possible for us to see the data. Okay, so just you have to understand how it is going to work. So the internal working you leave. Okay, internal working you leave, so that we don't know where it will be stored. Okay, but if I talk about objects, so definitely it will be stored inside stack only. Sorry, in the heap memory. So any other doubt? You can ask now. Same you can see here. Okay, so this is how it will be performed internally. Is this clear? Okay, so there is one small assignment for you. Okay, there is one small assignment. So actually we have not discussed this topic. So what I will do, I'll explain this example. Okay, so I'll explain this example, and after this we have one more assignment. So that you have to do by yourself. Okay, so this particular assignment I'll explain. So after this you have one more assignment, so similar to this, so that you have to do by yourself. Okay, so here what they are expecting from us, so create a student class with init and display method. So create a student class with init and display method. So how I'll approach, okay, what will be my approach to this problem, I'll show you. Okay, first of all, let me open the PyCharm. My My voice is low. Okay, so but as he has asked one question, so first of all we'll try to see. Okay, so whatever he have told. So if I directly print x instead of 1 dot x, so what will be the output? So what will be the output? Even that we'll try to understand once. So let it be. Now here what I will do, I'll try to write directly print. Is it possible? Okay. So you can see here it's not possible to print x. Okay. So before that, let me create that variable. So you can see here I have created those variables. So self.x, self.y. Now you can see I'm writing print x. Will it work? Okay. It will never work. Huh? Without calling. Huh? It will not come. So that's what. So what you have to do, if you want to access this one, what you have to do? Call the init function. Okay. Now, if I want to print, so how can I print? Okay. So remember, if you want to access, so what you have to do? You have to write t dot x. Similarly, t dot y. Okay. So you cannot write directly x or directly y. So it's not possible at all. So if you want to access, you have to go through object only. So there is no other way. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Okay. So if it is clear, we'll move to that assignment, particular assignment. Okay. So let us see. So first of all, what I have to create? So I have to create a class student with two methods, correct? So init method and display method, correct? Now what I will do, first of all, I'll try to create that much. So I'll create class student. Class student. So now inside this class student, first of all, what I have to create? First of all, what I have to create? So init, right? So def. Now for time being, I'll just write pass. For time being, I'll just write pass because I don't know what I have to implement inside. Right? No, first of all, what I have to do, I have to create two methods. So what is init? One is display. Similarly, I'll create display also def. So done. So whatever is the requirement, that much I have completed now. So student. So inside that two methods. So after that, let us see what it is telling. Now init method should take three parameters. So number, name, subject. So it should take how many parameters? So it should take number, name, and subject to initialize student object with values. That means what we have to do? So how many parameters? Number, name, subject. So, but after this, to initialize student object with values. So that means what we have to do? We have to create some variables inside this object, and you have to initialize that values. So how to create variables inside this init? So what you have to do? So you have to write self dot number is equal to number. Similarly, self dot name is equal to name. Self dot that. So this is the second requirement. So even this is completed now. So now after this, the display method should display student details. So display method should display student details. So what we have to do? We have to print these details inside this display method. So now do I need this pass now? Do I need this pass now? No, because I already have given the implementation. I don't want pass. So now here what I have to do? I have to print. So now tell me, can I access this number here? Listen carefully, okay? What I'm asking. So can I access this variable number inside this display method? Yes or no? Through object. Interesting. So for everyone, types of variables completed, right? Types of variable. So local variable, global variable completed, right? So what kind of variable is this? What kind of variable? So can I access this local variable inside this display method? Yes or no? Yes, sir. No, you tell me. So someone is telling using self variable. Okay. So using self variable, I try to access. Now what I will do? Am I getting this number, name and subject? Then how to get? Outside the function. Global variables. So after here, okay. How many variables? So tell me what variables I want to create. So number. That's all number. Okay, one. After this. Okay, after this. So these variables I can use anywhere in the program. Okay. Huh? So what do you think? So That's what. So my first of all question was, can I access this variable outside of this one? Correct? No. So this method will be only accessible inside only this init method. Correct? So whatever code I have written that time, okay, so whatever code I have written, so this type of variable is having some importance. Okay, so this type of variable is having some importance, as I told. So we will understand in the next session, not today. Okay, so we have some variable types. So still more some types are there, so that we'll discuss in the next class, so not today. So what I will do, so whatever code I have written, I'll just paste it back. Now you can see I'm writing self dot number is equal to number. So now this variable, so whichever variable is having self, so I can access this variable using self in any method. So whichever method is having the self parameter, I can access this variable anywhere. For example, so in this display method, I'm having self, right? I'm having self. So now here easily I can write self dot. So is it visible here? Got my point? Yes or no? Okay. So I'll just write self dot number. Similarly, self dot name, self dot subject. So what I have to do, I have to print first of all. Okay. Now whatever I have written, is it clear for you? So whatever code I have written, is it clear for you? Yes or no? Okay. So now my this requirement is also clear, correct? No. So what I have to do, so whatever required, so display method to print student details. So even this is completed, correct? Now after this, I have to create 3 student object with below values. So student one is 1, Ramesh and Python. So how to create object? Now tell me how to create object. First, so maybe S1 is equal to student so what values? So 1 comma Ramesh and next value is Python. Done. Similarly, what I have to do? I have to create another student object. So second is 2 Suresh and Django. And third student, 3 Mahesh and ML. 3 Mahesh and ML. So same thing. So S3 is equal to 3 Mahesh ML. So now what I have to do? I have to print, right? So how to print? Only display. So I have to write some code like this: S1 dot display. So do I need to pass any parameter? Similarly, S2 dot display, S3 dot display. So if I execute this code, I will get the expected output. If I execute this code, I will get the expected output. So first of all, let me execute this code. Later I'll explain. Okay, we can see here 1 Ramesh Python, so 2 Suresh Django, 3 Mahesh ML. Okay, so now yesterday I have told you, right? So whatever code I've explained yesterday, so just try to debug that code and see one. So how many of you have debugged that one? Arun, debugged it. Okay. So what I told, so when I write this code, okay, what I'll do, I'll put now debug pointers. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll just try to debug this code. Now you can see how the call will be coming. How the call will be coming. Now let me debug this code. So right click. So debug. Now we can see when this line of code is executed, the first call came to def init. Okay, so when this line of code is executed, the call came to init method. So what this init method will do? So it will create these three variables, correct? Now check. So the variables are created. Now you can see the call came to def display. Will it be executed? Will it be executed? No, it will not be executed. So will class be executed? No. So first of all, this line of code will be executed. So when this particular line of code is executed, what will happen? So what do you think? So when this particular line of code is executed, what will happen? So this code will call the init method. Are you able to see? Okay. So this particular line. So when you are creating the object, it will call the init method. So what data will be passed? So 1, Ramesh and Python. Now you can check the data here. Okay. So data is 1, name is Ramesh, subject is Python. Are you able to see? So now what will happen? It will create this variable num, no. So this is a number. So this number will be assigned the data. So whatever data is present inside this number, so that data will assign to this variable. Now you can check the data which is assigned. So number is 1. Similarly name. So even name is created, Ramesh, and similarly subject. Now this particular code is executed. So once this code is executed, what will happen? It will come to next line. You can see it came to second line. Now this code will be executed. So again, what it will do? It will call the init method. So it will assign the data. So name Suresh, number 2, and subject Django. So again, so similarly, all these variables will be created. The third object will be called. So same init method is called. Now after this, what it will do? It will execute s1.display. So when I write s1.display, what it will do? It will call the display method. So you can see it is calling the display method. Now tell me, this self will be having object of which? S1, S2 or S3? S1, very good. So now it will be having S1 object. Now it will write S1.number, S1.name, S1.subject. Now you can see same thing will be printed. So now you can see in the output now. So 1 is printed. So Ramesh is printed and Python is printed. So now this particular code is executed. Now we'll call s2.display. We'll call s2.display. Now this particular method will be called once again. Now which object will we pass here? S2. Very good. So now you can see 2, Suresh and Django. Similarly, S3 will be called now. So S3.display. Now S3 object address will be passed here. So S3 data. So 3, name Mahesh and ML. So like this your code will be executed. Like this your code will be executed. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Everyone?